You're rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots, and a sexy body full of tats.
Pramac Yamaha rider Jack Miller had to face an incredible challenge. Competing in scorching heat, he was forced to continue the race despite the less-than-ideal condition of his bike. The bike's sagging fairing made the vehicle's performance unstable, while the heat that enveloped the circuit burned Miller's body and hands. I never imagined I would race in these conditions. My fairing was loose, and despite trying to adjust, the bike felt less responsive, Jack Miller said after the race. On top of that, the heat really affected my body. My hands even felt like they were burning because of the very high temperature, plus the pressure from the intense race. Even so, Miller still showed his fighting spirit. But that's the challenge in MotoGP. You have to be able to adapt to any situation that comes along. I've tried my best, and even though the results didn't meet my expectations, I'm still proud of the effort I put in on the track. And here's the full news. At the 2025 Thai MotoGP race, the atmosphere at the Buriram circuit was challenging for all riders, but none felt it more intensely than Jack Miller. The Australian rider, who is a member of the Pramac Yamaha team, had to race in less than ideal bike conditions. In addition to the extremely high temperatures, he also had to deal with a serious technical issue on his bike, with the fairing sagging and unable to function properly. The scorching weather with temperatures reaching over 35 degrees Celsius made the racetrack even hotter. However, the biggest challenge Miller faced was a problem with his bike that made him have to work extra hard to survive in such a tight race. A poorly fitted fairing prevented airflow to the engine, affecting the bike's stability and overall performance. The problem also exacerbated Miller's comfort, who had to fight hard to maintain control of the bike at every corner. I was really surprised by the condition of my bike. The fairing was loose, and it really affected the stability. At high speed, I felt the bike wasn't as responsive as usual, and it was very frustrating. I had to change my riding style and focus more on keeping the bike balanced for every lap. But I have to admit, it was a very tough race, Miller told the media after the race. The extreme heat was also a big problem for Miller physically. His body began to fatigue, especially the hands that held the handlebars tightly in the midst of increasing temperatures. My body was really burning, and my hands were also starting to struggle because it was so hot. Sweat was pouring out, and despite using the best protection and gear, it was still very draining. This is probably one of the toughest races I've ever done, he added. Even so, Jack Miller's enthusiasm for continuing the race did not fade. He realizes that in the world of MotoGP, many things can happen beyond a rider's control, and he must adapt quickly. Motorsport is a world full of uncertainty. Sometimes, even if you have prepared everything well, technical problems can come out of the blue. This is a challenge to face, and I still tried to finish the race as well as possible even though it was not in ideal conditions. In the post-race interview, Miller also added that although he found it difficult, the experience taught him valuable lessons. I learned a lot from this race. Sometimes, we have to accept the fact that not everything goes according to plan, but we still have to fight. The end result doesn't always reflect the effort we put in, but I'm proud of the way I handled the challenge today. Miller admits that even though he had to accept a result that didn't go his way, he still feels optimistic about the upcoming races. I know there are many things that can be improved for the next race. We will analyze the data and find a solution to this fairing problem. We have great potential, and I believe the Pramac Yamaha team will come back stronger. For Miller, this race was not just about the result on the leaderboard, but also about his resilience and determination to keep fighting even when everything seemed to be going against him. Despite ending the race with an unsatisfactory result, Miller showed that fighting spirit and mental steel are an important part of a MotoGP rider's journey. Looking ahead, Jack Miller hopes to find a technical solution to avoid similar problems in future races. With valuable experience from the 2025 Thailand MotoGP, he believes he can perform better in the next series, while continuing to maintain focus on physical improvement and riding techniques. We will keep trying not only with the bike, but also with myself. I'm sure our team will come back better in every race, he concluded with optimism. With this unyielding spirit, Jack Miller further proves that in the world of racing, it is not only speed that determines, but also mental resilience and the ability to adapt to any situation.
Rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats. Baby's bad, oh baby's hella bad. After her there ain't no coming back. Wanna take a run at that. I think she's feeling me, turn it up a few degrees. My imagination of her body gets the best of me. Oh gosh, she's such a tease, bitten lips, bruised knees. I'm addicted to her, need her touching me. Cause she got a bad little waist, and we tearing down this place. Off the liquor that we chase, got some egos to the face. Baby, I don't need no space. Coming closer for a taste, and I'll show you how I make everything just fade away. Cause she's like sex, drugs, cocaine, body so insane. Jealous of the clothing that she wears up on that tight frame. All game, no shame, baby came here to play. I feel like an addict cause she's sex, drugs, cocaine. Got a fine little body and her mind's kinda naughty. They say that once you taste it, you cannot replace it. She could get you high, all the dopamine inside triggers fast once she's naked. Her body's a creation. They say the devil made her for his entertainment, but even he couldn't learn how to contain it. Her high heels make a damn good statement. There is no replacement, a body by Satan. Cause she got a bad little waist, and we tearing down this place. Off the liquor that we chase, got some egos to the face. Baby, I don't need no space. Coming closer for a taste, and I'll show you how I make everything just fade away. Cause she's like sex, drugs, cocaine, body so